Hi, Shirley here with Channeling Science, and today I am going to analyze the chart of Norway. And for those of you who have joined my Instagram account, you saw the chart of the country yesterday. And if you guessed correctly, you will receive a channeled message from me. So always check my Instagram. It's Shirley Youngblood on Wednesday to get notified and see the chart of the country that I'm going to explore on a Thursday. So, for those of you who do not know me, I am a certified aromatherapist, a professional astrologer, and a channeler, an intuitive reader. And I do personal readings. I have 90-minute readings. That's for $300 by bank transference or Ethereum, the equivalent in Ethereum or Bitcoin for the moment of the reading. And I also do a 30 minutes reading for $150. They're more for particular questions that you may have, like one or two questions that we look very in-depth into. So this can apply deeper or more advanced techniques, and so it is a bit more expensive. But for a general person who just wants to have a reading, I really recommend the 90 minutes reading, $300. You don't need the exact birth time, which is special. It's better to bring it. If you have it, bring it. But you don't have to have it, because I'm also an intuitive, and so I will receive the knowledge that you need to hear in addition to what your chart shows me. And that is a special thing with astrology. I don't charge for rectification. I do not do rectification, but I don't charge like extra money for your receiving that knowledge from me. You just pay for the reading, and you get both the astrology and the aromatherapy consultation if you are in a country where I can consult, and the channeling and intuitive reading. So without further ado, Norway. The first thing that stood out for me as I looked at, well, I have to see myself. Sorry. This is a nice place to sit, but oh, now I'm seeing myself. No, I'm not. Yeah, and you're not seeing me. Oh, no, it is. I'm less photogenic, but yeah. But now you can at least see. So the first thing that stood out for me in the chart of Norway was Pluto and the Sun right at the 10th house. 10th house is like the top of the chart for those of you who are not like really understanding astrology or deeply into astrology. And Pluto is about power and power relations, many more things, but mainly power and power relations. When we look at the country, it also is about certain natural resources like oil, and Norway is known for having oil. They are together with Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and I think the Emirates. I don't know. No, it's not the Emirates. But they have that resource that they spend in a very particular way that's very different from other countries. So that stood out. It's there together with the sun, and in the 10th house. The 10th house is what we are known for, also for people. Also in a personal chart, the 10th house can be what you are known for. What is your reputation? What people think of you, not necessarily as they first see you, that would be the ascendant, but it's like, what are you known for in society? What's your social status? How are you portrayed? And Norway has the 10th house in Gemini, and Gemini is all about the exchange of ideas. It is more liberal than other signs, depending on, it's not a person, it is the archetype. It's an energy archetype. We all have all the signs in our chart. So it is known for being respectful of ideas, of being of communication and words and exchange taken a high priority. It is known for, of course, its natural resources. And the ruler, Mercury, is in Taurus, in the ninth house. And the ninth house is a place for travel. It's also a place of immigrants. So it's also known for people immigrating to its land. And Taurus is the land. So the ruler of the 10th house, that is what the country is known for, is in the ninth house. So the ninth house is both the philosophy of the country, and then Norway is known for the worldview of the Norwegian, of the Nordic countries, and also the land. And Norway is very much known for the beauty of the land. Many people come to Norway and come to visit Norway and come to visit the land, not just the country. So they have very beautiful sceneries, very beautiful views. And you can see that actually in the chart. Now, the second thing that stood out is also having a Jupiter in the ninth house in Taurus. So Jupiter does not rejoice in the ninth house, but it is not unhappy, because ninth house is also about our destiny in the sense of our spiritual worldview and spiritual growth. It's a part of the spiritual growth houses. Of course, it's a bit redundant because you can grow spiritually in every house, and you're supposed to. But the ninth is where we travel away from our mind, from our state, from our worldview. And having Jupiter there is expanding on that. So this may mean that people come to Norway to kind of have perhaps even a secluded experience of travel. And they come to Norway to develop, or they come to Norway following a certain life philosophy. They immigrate following a certain life philosophy, or they come to develop and grow spiritually in the land. And Jupiter in Taurus in the ninth simply means that your philosophy of life changes as you work the land, as you live in the land, as you step on the land. You see something in that land that changes you and changes your point of view about nature and about the world, and that's why you come there. So I'm getting the into the wild kind of feel. So perhaps there are many people, I don't know if many people that come to have that into the wild experience in those natural sceneries that do not mercy I'm getting do not mercy the omnipotence of mankind. Okay, it's kind of like nature has its say. There's the weather that's extreme, and you gotta work with the nature, or you will not survive, simply put. You know, the bears will get you, the weather will get you, and you will be prey to something else. And so I'm getting a return to the Pluto. And the Pluto is the might. Here, Pluto is hidden power. It's also hidden stuff. It's power and power relation. But Pluto with the sun we get before the sun. It's the hidden power of the land. That is interesting, because the opposite of Taurus is Scorpio. And Scorpio is in the third house. But that's not the thing. The axis of every axis we have, axis is, let's say, third and ninth house. We have 12 houses, so we have the 12th and the 6th house. We have the 5th and the 11th, the 1st and the 7th, okay? So every axis has energies that somehow merge and work together and can remedy each other. And so Pluto is also a modern ruler, and this is a debatable concept in more traditional views of astrology, because traditional views only take the traditional rulers. I am not in that. This is not what I received intuitively. This is not what I saw in my life experience and the experience of my clients. Both rulers matter in my approach, and so Pluto is considered the ruler of Scorpio, the modern ruler of Scorpio. And so having that energy of Scorpio in Gemini, in the public reputation, kind of connects it also with the axis of the Taurus Scorpio. So Pluto will always in a country refer also to the land. This is what I'm receiving right now. I did not know this knowledge at all. I had no idea. It's a part of what I'm doing this. I'm learning with you. So, this is the power and the might of the land and the might of nature that Norway is known for. And they say Pluto in every land, in every country, will show the power of the land to shape its people. This is also, it will also be true to other countries that I will explore here, but this is very true to Norway. The power of the scenery, the power of nature to have its say. You have to, you cannot overcome nature. Is that true? Yeah, you cannot overcome nature. You have to work together with the power of nature, and you have to appease, no, not appease, but connect. Oh, you have to connect with the power of nature. And this is true generally. It's not about overpowering. Whenever you do Pluto, also personally, oh my God, whenever you do Pluto, and this connects to so many things that I know, it's not about overcoming, and it's not about appeasing. It's about connecting. And only when you connect can you see eye to eye. How do you connect? You connect with people eye to eye. We connect from the heart. And the heart is a Taurus quality. It's the green heart is the health and well-being, and the pink of the Scorpio, the healing heart. And the heart is Venus, but we're not going to get into that today. So, to connect with the power of nature will give Norway a better economy, which is also, it's about Pluto. It's only about Pluto. They say it's only about Pluto. It's Pluto, it's the power. So a better economy. Is that true for every land? Yes. Oh my gosh. So it's like economy is the Pluto thing. It's okay. It can be the power relation between people, but in essence, it's the ability of creating authentic connection between people, and that is economy. This is the concept of economy. It's the ability to create and maintain authentic connection between people, and we're not going to go into this now, but there's a lot to say about that and how that is genuinely possible. So back to the 9th house, we have Venus in Taurus. Venus in Taurus in the 9th. So Venus is the ruler of Taurus. She's about artifacts, beauty artifacts. She's about aesthetics. She's about relations. She is about appeasing. And that's important because Venus with Pluto needs to remember that she's not trying to appease Pluto. She needs to connect authentically. But Venus will tend to appease. She's also the ruler of Libra, of the scales. And she tends to appease, to use what is fair, to do what is fair in order to appease. So that's the thing for her. And so this is a country, and Libra is the 2nd house. So 2nd house is the wealth of the nation. The wealth of the nation by its people, not by the land. Pluto is the land, but this is the wealth of the nation by its people. And so Venus ruling the wealth of the nation by its people, located in her home sign in Taurus in the 9th house, wealth and economy is very much related to philosophy and to ethics. And that is something that we do see in Norway. In Norway, there is a code of conduct where it has its pros and cons, but it is the code of conduct where people need to be equal. You cannot rise above others. It is not the best place for entrepreneurs because entrepreneurship is a lot about individuality, but it emphasizes more connection and social connection. But we need to remember that Leo is in the second house and the moon is there. The moon is our psychological needs. Now, the second house is a hidden house. The 12th house, sorry. Leo is in the 12th house. The 12th, the 8th, and a bit of the second and the third are hidden houses. And, why is the second the hidden house? It's my wealth. So what do I do with my wealth? I put it somewhere hidden, right? So it's a bit of a hidden house. My skills, I don't show them to everyone. I show them where I need to make the money, but I don't show all of them. Otherwise, even here, my skills in private, when you come to me for a session, one-on-one session, I'll show you all of my skills as a client. But do I show them off right here for all of my colleagues to see? No, and my colleagues, they do the same. But it's not something I think about so much, okay? It's something that, our skills is something that we don't show all the way. We show it to the people that the guidance shows that they will benefit from it and they will not abuse that. And the third house is what we do every day. Now think about the things we do every day. We go to work every day. Some of us go to the grocery store every day. We cook every day. We shower every day. Some of us pick our noses every day. We go to the bathroom every day, a couple of times a day even. Some of that is hidden. And those are also hidden houses for that reason. So, back to Leo. Leo is in the 12th house. And the 12th house is the hidden of the hidden. It's what we don't know that we don't know. We can access that, and we can access that through meditation, like the contentment meditation, that is very cleansing of those things that are in our hidden houses, that you should be doing every day. And I'll be doing it on 12 p.m. Israel time on Instagram with my viewers. So you are very welcome to hop in. It's Shirley Youngblood on Instagram. And it's also actually a great remedy for Leo, but for everyone. And with the Leo in there, what we don't know that we don't know, it means that we have, especially with the moon there, we have a desire for being appreciated and for being adored and for being looked up at. Now, this is not necessarily, it can't come across as, being bossy or being authoritative or being, vile, but that's not what genuinely Leo is. Leo is, let's say, the father or the parent, the son that you look up to, that you receive the light, that you keep a distance from, right? We keep a distance from the sun. We put something to protect us from the rays of the sun, but we need the sun, okay? But it is something we look up to. We look up to our parents. We look up to our teachers. We look up to our bigger brothers and sisters. Okay? So there is that need to be looked up to. There is that need to have a sense of authority that is respected. There is that need to be appreciated for the kindness that you share. And, countries like Norway are very known for the kindness of the people. But this need is so hidden that people do not acknowledge it easily or give it respect within society as easily. And this is, and Cancer being in the 11th house, that is the 11th house, is the house of society at large. It's also the house of activism. It's also the house of social etiquette, especially in a country. And that house in Cancer is very emotional, is very intuitive, is very heart-based, and is also very needy of acknowledgement of its uniqueness. People may not know this about Cancer, but Cancer are no less unique than Aquarians or Aries. They just express it differently. They definitely want to be known for their uniqueness. But this is repressed. The moon, the ruler, is in the 12th. This is repressed. And so that can create a bit of agitation or tension between people. And I've heard Norwegian people talk about that etiquette as something that is repressive, that they would like to develop their individuality more, to express their creativity more, without that being considered something that is not okay to do because it's not equal. So you can be a teacher, and you can be an entrepreneur, so you can be all these things and contribute to society and being appreciated without taking away from the equality and the great financial equality that exists in Norway, at least in the visible part. And a lot of that visible part is the government. Okay, so and I'm being taken to Venus opposition in Mars, and Venus is in Taurus, opposition in Mars in Scorpio, and that Venus and Mars there, when something is opposition, it means that it seems like there are two contradictory energies, but they can actually blend very well. So, for example, Mars in general, when it is content, when we do the contentment meditation for our Mars placement, Mars becomes Venusian. There's a reason for that. It's to do with colors. I am going to get into it. Am I getting into it? Yes. So the color of Mars is red, and you see it from the ground. It's the root chakra. And when we do contentment meditation, we bring in the white energy from the crown, the white heart, the infinite love energy. So contentment is of the infinite love energies, and she's very cleansing. And what you think about colors, we bring that to the heart, and the heart is Taurus, and Taurus is pink. But when we come from the root to the crown, and from the crown to the root, we mix red and white. In terms of colors, the mixture of red and white is pink. And this is why I also see Scorpio sign, that is a Mars ruled sign, in pink a lot. It's not the same for Aries, but Aries is a different story that we are not going to get into right now. And so there is a conflict between the initiation, that is Mars quality, initiation, a boundary setting, that is another Mars quality, and the Venusian, appeasing, wanting to be pleasant. And when you appease, you don't set so much boundaries. And the Nordic countries have a lot of issues with immigration, because their philosophy is, we don't want boundaries. We want the people to come here. We want everyone, to come here. And the Venusian aspects, the Venusian parts of this country, they want the immigrants. They share, they see themselves in the other, and they feel as one as with the immigrants. They don't see them as something, below or above them, which is something very, very beautiful. But then the third house is the day-to-day needs of the people. And the day-to-day needs of the people, they collide with a different culture. They collide with people who are not necessarily Norwegian in their worldview. They collide with the different religions. They collide with people who think that the land belongs to them, or the land does not belong to anybody, including the Nordic people. And Nordic people have connected with the land and appeased the land for centuries. And so there is a mixture that is not easy to digest when in relation to immigrants. And this is where there is the desire to be Venusian and to be acceptive and to be inclusive and to appease the international scenes, but also to appease the people. This is not just to appease, the UN. This is genuinely to appease the people that come as immigrants, which is not something you should take lightly. It's a genuine seeing of the other, no matter where they come from, what their social status is as a human being, and wanting to be nice to that human being and to appease them and to create harmony. But to connect is not to appease. And then what happens is that it's a teeter-tatter between that wanting to appease to that back, and the Mars kind of pulls back and says, no, 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 no. We do not appease people who come from a certain country and think that it is okay to treat women unequally. We send them back. We do not appease women and children that are enablers of certain behavior within our society and think that they should repress our women. That our women should be repressing their own sexuality, which is very open. Venus in the 9th house in Taurus, it's a very sensual place to be. And they try to repress, who we are. And our women, no, we won't take that. We'll bring them back. We'll bring the women back, and we'll bring the children. They go to the other extreme. We're going to take all the family and we're going to bring them back where they came from. And Norway has a lot of issue of how to deal with the immigrants, how to not appease, but also not, throw the baby with the cradle, literally. And the key to integration is to connect, to set the boundary where you need to set the boundary, but also keep a hand to connect. Germany did that very well with sending men to jail for beating their women. They're like, we don't care who you are, and I will do Germany in future episodes to say, we don't care who you are or where you're coming from or what is your religion. If you beat a wife on the land of Germany, you go to prison. This is our law. In Germany, you will be German. And, France took it to another step, and Denmark took it to another step. With Denmark, for example, there is a ban on a burqa, that is the Arabic, the Arabic coverage of the face, and the hijab, which is the covering of the head. And, excuse me, Muslims, if I'm confusing. If I'm confusing that, so you feel free to correct me. But there is a ban on that because they say, oh, no, in this country, you will dress as a deen. You will not dress as a different person. This is also true to the code of etiquette. If you try to dress differently as a Dane or as a Norwegian or as a Swede, if you would wear a clothes, a more exposed clothing even, or wear a color that is very vibrant and is different, people would look down on you. They're like, no, 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 no. So a burqa. Okay, so it's not necessarily coming only from the religious place, it's also coming from the religious place and the perception that this is repression of some sort of women. And, Venus in the 9th house in Taurus at home, she will not be repressed that easily. Especially not with Mars protecting her from Scorpio. They would go through everything. Like, we don't care about PC. We don't care about how we look to other people. We care about doing what we believe is right. And so if they believe that it is the right thing to ban the burqa, they will ban the burqa. Whether the whole world can, just the way that they received the immigrants when the whole world was not too excited to receive immigrants. From Africa, from Iran, from Iraq, from countries, sometimes you would have immigrants coming from enemy countries. And, you would have two immigrants from enemy countries find themselves in the same land. And that is an interesting thing because, let's say, if you were running from Syria, okay, and you have two people running from Syria of two sides of the civil war, they will find themselves in Germany or in Denmark or in Sweden or in Norway having to get along. So sometimes that distance between, sometimes that distance helps them get along, but sometimes the war continues. Now imagine what does a peace-loving country, let's say like Norway that we're exploring today, feels about immigrants coming from countries of war, and they accept both sides of the war. We don't care. If you're suffering, you're an immigrant and you need help, you will receive the help. But they're fighting on the land. That can trigger up the Mars thing. They're like, okay, go, both of you go away. Which is, it's like, we're not your judge. We came here to provide good living. If you're not adhering to that place of providing good living for yourself, go. And that is a part of what we're dealing with. I'm being called to show you this labor thingy, and that is, digging the land, digging the ground, the hard work needed. And I'm wondering, why was I being called to show that and show that? Okay, it says people digging up their graves when they disrespect the land. Oh, it's a strong message. Show. Yeah. Okay. Show. Okay. I'm called out. People digging up the graves when they disrespect the land. The land needs peace. Okay. This is very empowering message. It's not an easy one. The land needs peace. The land needs empowerment of the individual, of being who they are. The land needs I'm getting seclusion, people in seclusion, retreated to seclusion, exiled people returning. I have no idea what this is about. I'm just being called to say that. So that's it. That's what wanted to come through me. So I have zero idea what is this about. And anyhow, that was Norway, and I'm going to end this video now. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Let me know if it resonated with you. I try to do I try to talk about like the whole of what I see, like both the good things and the more difficult things, and to genuinely be authentic and connect with the land as I'm guided to. Yeah. And they said the land needs ease. Okay. Of course, the land is Taurus. It needs ease, it needs peace, it needs nourishment for it to be nourishing. It doesn't need to be dug up. It doesn't need to be dug up for graves. Okay, that's the need of the land, and when people respect that, then they get nourishment and longevity. And this is so important, now that Uranus is in Taurus. So for Norway, Uranus is in the 9th house. But I'm not going to get into trying to make a prediction for Norway at this moment. This was a lot of content. And so I hope I have doing a good coverage without appeasing, and also without, throwing the baby with the cradle when I do talk about the more difficult stuff. So that was Norway. I'd love to hear from you, whether you're Norwegian or visited Norway, or an immigrant in Norway, or considering to move to Norway. If you have any more questions, and if you are considering a moving to another land, or moving out of a relationship, or getting into a relationship that has a spiritual sense of meaning for you, then you're very welcome to set a reading with me. If you are also healing from disempowering situations, then you are very welcome to turn to me. This is this one is cost free. I will help you with the channeled message, that an intuitive message that I can give for you for free, so you can set up. You can just write me, and I will record you a channeled message if you are in this situation, and this is no cost. That is, if you are healing from this empowering situation, this is no cost. So yeah, and hop onto my social media. I'm on Instagram as Shirley Youngblood. I'm on Twitter as Tali Shear. And check on Wednesday the chart of the next country that I will be broadcasting on Thursday. Today, if you're watching this today, on 12 p.m., they say, oh, it will not load before 12 p.m. But do join me every day on 12 p.m. Israel time. I do channeled meditation, a contentment meditation, and I channel things. Sometimes a cup of tea, sometimes yarrow that wants to, or a herb, or my essential oil blend. And you can also give me ideas for things you want me to channel. Even simple objects that you think, oh, what do they have to say? They do have to say, and I have something like right here that wants to speak, but not now. So that was me, Shirley Youngblood, with Norway and the Astro Travel Thursday, the Astro Travel Thursday. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye. Wait, they say don't end the video. Don't end the video. What am I to say now? Invite them to subscribe to you. Oh, okay. Subscribe to me. Click on the bell for notification. Like this video. Share this video and comment in the comments below what resonated with you. Where is Taurus in your chart? And let me know. I might give you a channeled message. So that was me for now. Shirley with Challenging Science, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.